all said yes, and the topic is clear. Okay. The topic is, by changing house, you cannot change your character. Professor Khan, by changing house, you cannot change your character. Well, it's a nice topic of discussion to start. A 2 minutes given for preparation. I may request the audience, please don't murmur or talk. There's the aura of the GT round should carry on, right? I may request to please be silent.
Good afternoon, everyone. This topic is sensitive. By changing house cannot change your character. External factor can fundamentally change your self character. You have to change your mental morality. External factor cannot change fully yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to share with you a thought provoking the truth. By surrounding the house, you cannot change the character. Your surrounding may be different, but your reflection in the mirror is same. Solving the internal issues, efforts to grow, sustainable growth, development, you need to work out on your character, your development. That is what all matters.
And humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sri Aurobindo and all the jurists present over here. I think by changing your house, you cannot change external circumstances. That doesn't mean inherently change one's character or inner character. It should be inner transformation.
Regardless of external factors like changing houses, true changes comes from within through self-awareness, discipline, and spiritual practice. As it is mentioned, Matras persistu Bonteya, Sitosna Sukha Dukkada, Agama Paina Nitya Samtati Shashvata Bharata.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Yes, this is absolutely true that changing place doesn't matter for any person. What matters is the behavior and the attitude towards the situation and the conditions that they face at their life and how they treat the things that come on their way. Because we change ourselves spirituality, we can show it. So that doesn't matter that by changing house we can change our character.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Continue, you are audible.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Srilata. I'm going to show my views. I would like to stress on Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Srilata. I'm going to share my views on this topic. This is a great topic we've got. I would like to stress on there is a quote actually, nature and signature never change. So of course the the environment, it depends on us. Thank you.
Salutations of the day to you all. It is often said that a person's character is a reflection of their home, and by changing the physical space of it alone does not change who you are. For instance, an unhappy person can move to a new place, but that emotional baggage, it goes with them to that place, as long as their inner self is not changed. True transformation happens from within. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to one and all present here. What I understand about this statement is that we cannot change our character or our problems that we face in our daily life just by changing the environment where we are in. Because it's just a game of perception, what we think about our problems. So basically, in order to change our character, we need to control the information that we possess in our daily lives, unconsciously or consciously, intentionally or unintentionally. And that's it. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to everyone present here. Character is like a backpack, and the thing inside the backpack is like house. So I want to say character is something we should be proud of it. And if we think there is a need of change, then it should be the attitude, value, and other things, not the character. Character is the thing we should be proud of it, and we should have a unique character. Thank you.
Pretense cannot happen for a long time. As long as the inner you is not changed, then it is difficult for one to quickly shift and change their character. Just by moving to a different place, that doesn't mean that you automatically change who you are. You have to first work on your inner self and learn to change yourself, inner and deep. Then only you can change your character.
I completely agree with her because just by changing where we are in, we need to change our inner conditioning that has happened to us since our childhood in order to face the problems or interpret the problems in a new way. So that's it.
To change ourselves, the first thing we need to think is a critical thinking ability and the problem solving ability within us. When we are in a situation, like we are in a situation, we can escape ourselves and someone is helping us. So then we need to calm our mind and think differently and grow ourselves. If we change a house, suppose we are moving from here to somewhere else. So if the surrounding changes, that does not mean we changed ourselves. We are still, if my personality is nasty, I am rude, then it did not change. If I am not kind, that does affect the other people. How my behavior is towards other people. That is the point of changing in ourselves.
It is said that if you want to make changes, then you need to first change yourself. This is actually very much true. That if we want to make changes in our life, then we need to change our behavior, we need to change our attitude towards something so that we can achieve what we want. By changing the places, that doesn't matter, we can change the situations and conditions that coming into our way, we cannot change it. So places doesn't matter, what matters is changing firstly our attitude towards the things.
But these changes can be only done if we do our duty with selflessness, dedication and detachment, regardless of the external circumstances. And adherence to our moral principle is the basic factor of understanding this concept as stated over here.
I completely agree with you. Love, empathy, emotions, and the moral values and ethics should be the basic principle in a human being. Being a human, how I act to others, the moral values, the kindness, the empathy we show towards others. This is the thing that mainly characterizes a person.
The game of play comes over here, but that's the best thing I can say over here. Dealing with human beings is the basic factor of today's world. No one ever here has dealt with every person very clearly. What you are trying to convey me, I am trying to reciprocate you in a better way so that you can understand what I am trying to reciprocate. So changes, you can say that by changing house, you cannot change your character. That doesn't mean we can just reciprocate what you are trying to say in a better way. We are trying to improvise ourselves in a better way. That's the main factor.
I guess we are all familiar with the saying that says, you cannot teach a new dog I guess we are all familiar with the saying, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. For instance, I'm an international student from Zimbabwe. It took me about 4 to 5 months for me to adapt to the ways of Indians. Similarly, it is difficult for a person to quickly change their character. It will take time, and there is need for self-evaluation and taking a closer look at your inner self.
I agree with her that it cannot be happen at once. So basically, it will take a long time because our thoughts in the mind cannot be changed like the data stored in a computer. It needs time. We need to replace the old thoughts that have a negative impact on our perception by replacing with the thoughts that is creating a perception that is basically leading to a satisfied life and a happy life.
Yeah, I am totally satisfied with your his response that we need to just take out the negative things from our life. That is totally correct because by changing places, that will not impact in our life, that will not show any kind of effect on that. But firstly, we need to make changes in our behaviors and our things.
Changing the environment doesn't mean we are going to change our character. As character is something which comes from within.
In as much as we can say changing our environment does not completely change our character, we can try by all means to do what is in accordance to the place we are. For instance, in this saying, you do what the Romans do. If I change a place, automatically it doesn't mean that I change my character, but there is need for trying to fit in and adapting to the ways of the place that you shifted to.
Yeah, I'm totally just agree with you that sometimes changing in places also just brings changes in our behavior because living at one place also our behavior is not can be changed. So we need to change sometimes the environment too.
I do not agree with you. There is a difference between behavior and character. You said there is a change in the behavior but not in the character.
Yeah, of course. The behavior also means we can change our character by our behavior.
Behavior are two different things.
Yeah, of course. But if someone is very rude, then how can we say that his character is also good? We cannot.
Sometimes we portray. Like, yes, but I can just portray.
But we can't judge book by its cover.
Behavior and character may be two different things, but if you try to behave in a better way, then that bad character of yours can be covered by the good behavior you portray.
Basically, the way we behave is also dependent on what we have conditioned or what we have been told since our childhood or what we are listening and hearing from the external sources.
In contrast to your points, I would like to set a real life example. Suppose we are in a team project, working all together, and suppose he said that he stated his ideas on that particular thing, and suppose you said another idea and gave solution for that particular problem, and he started getting angry just because his point was not taken in consideration, as your point is more actually valid and which gives a problem to the solution. Here, usually human beings get angry and they set an example like they are ego hurts. They say like why I am not eligible, why her point is more eligible in this problem solution. Here, ego is also a part of our behavior, which is actually rude, to be honest. Many people say he is very arrogant towards everyone.
One thing also I would like to add here. So if I talk about the character, it depends on our upbringing, the families we come from, the environment we come from. But one thing is there, but the real nature of life.
As we said earlier, a person's character is a reflection of their own life. It means that for you to have a certain character, it starts in your mother's womb. The way you were brought up, that defines the person who you are. But let's take, for example, I'm a Zimbabwean. What if I came yet in India and started criticizing the way the Indians do? Just because I changed my home, does it necessarily mean that I should go against the things that the Indians do? No. Character and behavior are definitely two different things. But since I have my own character from my own home, from my own upbringing, but since I'm in a different home now, I have to behave in a manner that the Indians will be able to accept me.
You can express your opinion in spoken less and fine. We just want to listen.
External factor is not you have to change yourself first, and you have to gain your knowledge, and you have to increase your wisdom, morality, and ethics. It's a very important than external factor. External factor is always not the you. You have to change yourself first. Then you.
Yeah. There are two things where I would like to tell you things, or I would like to stress on. If in terms of drafting our character, our genes also matters. Second thing, the environment that we come from. But even if we belong to any other, be it negative, positive, but still it will not really affect our own character.
But how your background is telling your character?
No, I said it doesn't really affect.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Group 5, thank you so much. Just inside of the guys. Give a big round of applause for Group 5. I will request to keep the mics and the mic cards on the respective chairs. Now it's time for Group 6. Abhishek Dwivedi, Maharshi College of Natural Law. Give a big round of applause for Abhishek. Anshuman Swai from OUTR. Anshuman Swai from OUTR. Anshuman, are you here? Anshuman? Anshuman is not here. Abhirsha Mahanti, Silicon University. Abhirsha Mahanti, Silicon University. Abhirsha? Yes, please. Avinash Kumar, Doranga College. Give a big round of applause for Avinash. Sanjana Kumari, Jain College, Dhruva. Sanjana Kumari, Jain College, Dhruva. Satyajit Behra, Dhenkanal Autonomous College. Satyajit Behra, Dhenkanal Autonomous College. Shubhangi Panigrahi, IBCS SOA University. Shubhangi Panigrahi, IBCS SOA University. Mobina Begum, Kavit City College. I again request Anshuman Swai, OUTR. Okay. So, respected juries, we have 7 members right now. So give a big round of applause for Group 6. I may request the volunteer and I may request Om Sir, please kindly do the honor of picking a sheet so that we can process the proceedings now. And the applause should go on, right? Yeah, audience. The topic is when one does not progress, one feels bored. When one does not progress, one feels bored. Professor Khan?
The young audience, please. That's number one.
Hi, I am Abhishek Devji from Moscow and Mashallah. The topic, when one does not progress, one feels bored. The refers to boredom, boredom is something when we cannot progress or we don't have interest in doing something. When we don't have anything to do, we feel bored. And when we do something interesting, we can do that thing forever. It is not some boredom. And boredom is
Good afternoon, everybody. Boredom is a phase when one is devoid of doing anything, may it be challenges, experience, or anything. Continuous progress can make a person bored as well, but it doesn't mean we should put a cap to it. Instead, we can introduce diversity in activities or explore different aspects of pursuit. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Success is when preparation meets opportunity. When one does not progress, one feels bored. Change is the universal law of nature. In order to attain your biggest version, you need to upgrade up yourself regularly so that you can achieve massive success in your life. When you don't upgrade up yourself, you get stuck on a single point and doesn't succeed. Or you may regularly doing the same bit, you will start boring.
Hello friends. In my opinion, I would like to say here that if we don't make progress in our life, then it will be completely bored. And we don't have any adventure, interest in our life. If we are not making a goal, if we are not making progress in our life, if we don't have a strategic plan to achieve it, then it will be completely bored. And we will be not satisfied in our life. So it is compulsory to make a goal and achieve it. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, definitely we will strive for a goal, but we want to see some kind of results or hints that we are progressing towards it. And unfortunately, when we don't see, it's very obvious that we may feel that it is still a way more to go, and we still at the same point where we started. This is that we see there is nothing new changes coming into our life. And it is very definite, and we all know that when we see no changes, no new things coming into our life, we might definitely feel good. Thank you. So much I want to say.
Human beings find satisfaction and happiness in progress, be it a slow-paced process or a fast-paced one. As we are taught in management, there are two types of motivational factors that motivate employees to work harder. One is monetary benefits and the other is basically praise and promotion, even if it doesn't lead to monetary profits or any bonus. Both factors are different sorts of progress in our life. This shows what is the importance of progress in human life. Very happy to meet the honorable judges, respected faculty members, and principal. The topic we got is one does not. It is very true said that when one does not progress, he he feels bored. So when one does not progress, he or she will feel bored as he disconnected from the values and morals of their lives. If one does not have any certain kind of achievements or progress in their life, he or she will become automatically stagnant in their life.
Hello friends, I would like to initiate the topic. Friends, I would say that if we don't have certain goals in our life, then we will be nothing. We will be feeling boring in our life, and there will be no adventures in our life. And we are human, so we supposed to have certain goals in our life so that we can make strategic plan. We will be dedicated towards our plan, and we will be able to execute on those all plans. And that's how that's how our all efforts will be paid at the end of the day. And we will be able to get our achievement, and we will be delightful. Thank you.
Sorry, but I don't want to demean you, but this topic is about when you do not progress. We feel bored. It's not about that without having a goal, we are bored.
But the first stage will be started from if we set the goal, then we will be dedicated towards it, and then and if we put all of our efforts, then we will be able to achieve it. And once we achieve it,
It's very so that if all of our efforts, then we definitely want to see something. Definitely want to see some progress in our life. Definitely.
yes. So if we get some progress in our life,
We need to put all of our efforts, not that we need to first. Yes, it is very definitely setting an aim.
but on the journey we are going to get several obstacles and the challenges. And if we face all the difficulties, yeah. So we need to have potential. And if we make progress in our life, then how can it be possible that we are not happy, we are not delightful in our life?
But it is not that
So that's how-
we aim where we are.
Yeah, you are
We
saying
can be
it,
joyful
but
without having aim.
yeah, without having it, but if we get real achievement, but if we become successful, then nothing can be big, glorify,
Of course, definitely.
glorious movement for us. So this is what I want to say to her.
Yes. So the topic here comes is how one feels bored when we doesn't progress. Right. So we shouldn't always go for obstacles in setting a goal. Yes, setting a goal is utmost important. But instead we can introduce diversity of activities and exploring them, not only by focusing upon a single thing which will keep us bored. We can explore different things so that we can progress at times, right? So we should focus upon trying on different activities here. I truly agree with your point that we should definitely try different extracurricular activities so that we get achievement and progress in life, because it is very important to participate in extracurricular activities, because this is what makes our self or mind active. So
That will be a temporary release of our dopamine definitely. So we can get a pleasure for a certain period of time, not that we will not get bored. After some period of time, that will be the same point where you started getting bored.
yeah, of course, that's the human tendency that after some time, one or the other time we have to feel bored. I mean, if we are continue doing same thing, we'll be bored. But that will not stop us. We should not,
That is a
but if we
determination
have
that
some
is
kind of interest in a very particular thing, we start enjoying that thing. We do not get feel bored. Of course.
When we trying to do things differently in our daily basis, or trying to do things in our own way, which is mostly favorable for us, then it will not become boredom. We will start seeking pleasures from that topic or that thing or whatever, whether I am studying or whether we getting any skill set or trying to build a mindset, whatever we are trying to do, we need to try to do something extraordinary so that we don't feel boredom.
Yes, I'm completely agree with it. If we have different kind of things to do, then it will be more adventurous for all of us.
It is definitely okay,
But whether we have goal or not, but still, if we have goal, then we can apply different kind of things in our life.
definitely, extracurriculars are definitely very good for us. But my point is that it is only our determination and our discipline that we are pursuing the same thing every day and not getting bored.
But the thing is, we get motivation. If we
Yes, that is the release of our dopamine.
It just-
From every failure, you need to learn what the things you have get failed, why you need to find out the points why you failed on a single thing. Then you will start improving up little by bit, 1% every day. Then you will improve in a long term basis, also 1 year or
But
6
I'm saying,
months.
I'm giving you an example. See, take for your captain of a ship. Okay, you are having 4 holes in your ship that is going some water in your ship. You get to with crew members. You ask the biggest hole for the biggest hole. You saw it. You asked for the solution. They gave you the solution. You definitely will be happy that I am having the solution to fill it up. Then, without filling it up, you get to the next one and say that tell me the solution for this. Then you get the same.
No. You need to find out solution on yourself.
Listen. That is not that you are finding a solution from ourselves. We can get solution from outside also. I'm not saying
You
that.
can see help very
Get my point. Get my point.
You need to be self-dependent. You need to focus on yourself how you can build up your skills, not your own self.
Brother, get my point what I'm saying. You got the solution, but you didn't implement it. You just move on to the second one. You're thinking that I can implement it over there. I'm saying the second one that you're moving on is the extracurricular that we're saying about. Without solving the previous problem, you're getting
Can
on
you
to the
first
next
of all solve your previous problem?
Yes,
Why are you moving ahead very fast?
Of course, you're getting
No need to hurry up.
You got bored.
Conclude.
My conclusion is that even if we are getting bored while pursuing our goal, we should still pursue, and without even getting distracted, we should have a discipline and determination to continue and get to achieve our goal, and strive for it and have it. Thank you.
I think whatever you are doing in your life, you need to give just best of yourself and need to improve each and every day. You will surely succeed and never feel bored. Whenever you start feeling bored, you just need to accomplish. You need to merge yourself in the spiritualism. You can be spiritual, then you never feel bored because He is the true supreme soul. He is the creator of the universe. He has created us all and He has set a good plan for us. You just need to believe on yourself, the supreme soul, the Par Brahma, and Jai Jagannath.
Friends, I would also like to conclude the topic. Friends, we deal with several challenges on the regular basis. So when we get to difficulties, we get sorrow. And once we get achievement, we feel happiness. So sorrow and happiness are the part of our life. Once we deal with it, Thank you.
Thank you so much. Group 6. Give a big round of applause. You may sign off the guys. Separating mine and the other class on respective chairs. The round of applause should go on. Please. Now it's time for Group 7. Lakshmi Ram Murmu, Current City College. Give a big round of applause. Kira Nayak, Kalinga Institute of Nursing Science. Sakshi, Kalinga Institute of Nursing Science. Sakshi. Contestant number 4, Amarjit Mahanti, DJV Autonomous College. Give a big round of applause for Amarjit. Ishita Brahma, Vikram Dev University. Ishita Brahma from Vikram Dev University. Give a big round of applause for Ishita. Saurabh Padi, VCU. Saurabh Padi, VCU. Please give a big round of applause for Saurabh. Swastika Padi, OUAT. Swastika Padi, OUAT. Manisha Dandasena from OUAT. Manisha. So these are the members of Group 7. Give a big round of applause to Group 7. Big round of applause. I request the volunteer to please ask Padi sir to do the honor by picking the sheet so that we can start the proceedings. Padi sir. Audience excited? Audience excited? And the topic is even exciting. The topic is what is worship? Professor Khan, what is worship? A brilliant topic for discussion when we are coming closer to the history. Please start. May I request the audience please be quiet.
Good day to everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. I would like to begin my statement by a sloka. कर्मण्येव अधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफल हेतु भूर्मा ते संगो असत्व कर्मणि. When Lord Krishna says this sloka, he says you have only the right to your karma and you are not entitled to your fruits or whatever the results you are getting, and not fulfilling your role is greater sin, and you are also ruining the plan.
It is the very famous saying that work is worship. We are hearing from our childhood, which emphasizes a timeless truth. No matter how challenging it is, I will do it with all my love, affection, and sincerity. Worship is what, not the God, because what is God? Sugar, all will intense love without affection of.
Very good evening to everyone. I would like to quote a saying by the great Abdul Baha. He said that work done in the spirit of service is the highest form of worship. And I completely believe that work is worship. For me, work is meditation. It is the thing which gets me connected to my spirit, to the divine. My works connect me to the divine. Where there is no work, it is there where the boredom sets in. And boredom is the first gate where we get into the darkness. And work is that light which saves us from that darkness.
Beloved souls, we pray and worship the divine. But what if we involve the body in it? The mother says that the best prayer is to work for the divine. And to work for the divine is the best prayer of all. Mother says, I make no difference between yoga and work. Work done with the intention of without any selfish interest, all the dedication and surrenderness to the divine is exactly as same as yoga.
Good evening to everyone. As per the topic, work is the worship. It is for work that teach us to respect and worship our work just the way we honor our God with full dedication and devotion. We must honor our work as in the same way we worship our God.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me break down work is worship. What do we mean by worship? Surrendering to the work without even giving a second thought. So, I think the center from where the urge to do work must be right. And I want to make an important correction, as my friend said, कर्माणि वादिके वस्तु मा फलेषु कदाचन. That doesn't mean कर्म करो फल की इच्छा मत करो. That means when you do the right work, you need not to worry about the fruit. Thank you.
A very frenetic evening to all of you. While all my fellow participants have mentioned that work is worship, for me, work is undoubtedly an essential aspect of human life. Equating it to worship overlooks the diverse experience and perspective of individuals in our society. Not all work done by people is meaningful or fulfilling. This is used in a rhetorical way by the suppressors to make people work for low wages, and which in turn creates a systemic injustice in people.
What we aspire, desire, dream, we need to work for it. Simply putting, all our belief, knowledge, everything on what we want is work. Work is indeed worship. We worship God for our well-being. Similarly, we work for our satisfaction, for us being well off as an individual and for the well-being of our family. So how can work not be worship? But working if we want and working up to our satisfaction is worship.
I would like to begin the discussion by completely agreeing with the fourth place member. We should really fulfill our role in the whole cycle created by the Lord Divine Spirit, and we should also do our greater work and reach the Divine Spirit which have been bestowed upon us by the Divine Spirit.
So, I would like to come to you. When you're talking about Divine Spirit, can you please elaborate what Divine Spirit you are talking about?
When I am talking about Divine Spirit, it correctly implies a being, luminous being, which is fulfilled with love, light, bliss, and power. And these all four make the Divine Spirit.
So how are you correlating work with the Divine Spirit?
When you talk about Divine Spirit, it indirectly says that work is the only way from which you can reach me. And by doing your work, right or wrong, you don't know what should be right or wrong, but you should do your work without minding what the circumstances.
To this, I would like to ask, don't you think people are using this very phrase to make people work, which is not really suiting to their requirements or their interests? I would say that work as worship is not a wrong statement if we start working for ourselves and on ourselves. And if we start doing things that we love, we won't even consider it as work.
So, but the work can be selfish too. The real work that is worship must be without desire, without results, with detachments from results, and also with a dedication that it is surrendered to the Lord.
Do you think you work without thinking of results? In our generation, we always work for results only, most of the time.
Yeah.
Like if we are studying for exams, we want good marks exams, obviously.
I would like to
But if you study for actually getting knowledge instead of getting
No,
marks.
that is completely utopian.
How I want to say actually doing
I want to say that we are a nursing student. We work without payment. We work without
to counter that, we can also say that we are agricultural students and we are working for the
We
trust.
are working for the farmers who are the backbone of the country.
That's the point. You
Excuse me, give me 30
There must be
seconds.
satisfaction to that. Then only the work is worship.
Just give me 20 seconds to come to your point. When you said we do work for result, so what if I tell you, if work is itself the outcome, can't work itself, the work we are doing is itself the outcome. Can't it be? And if the work is itself the outcome, then we need not to worry about the results.
I would also like to say
Worshipping is
that
something that is done blindly. Worshipping, I'm not making it in a negative sense, but worshipping something means doing something blindly. Work should have a meaning. I'm not talking about the results, but it should have a meaning for your own life and your circumstances.
when we talk about work, we should really consider what should be work. Work is something that from our inner consciousness, we are totally agreeing with that work, and not something that we can't agree from inside.
No, whatever you say that the inner consciousness, that are just random words you are throwing. So what I would like to add to you is, so as you said, you need to work on myself. So there may be personal bias that will come when you need to work on yourself. So could you please elaborate what do you mean by when I work on myself?
So the very point in which work and worship will merge in the extreme sense would be when we are working for ourselves means our containment. You know the Maslow's hierarchy, the top most is self-actualization. That we should work towards achieving the self-actualization in the Maslow's hierarchy, which would definitely define our goal and our work as worship.
I think you misinterpreted the word worship over here. So worship is not about following anything blindly. Worship is surrendering to the right thing. And whatever I said, that karmani vadi vasana makaleshu kadachana, that when you do the right thing, you need not worry about the fruit. So worshiping here is surrendering to the right work, and we need to find the right work.
We all know that farmers work hard, right? They do not make mistakes. They work hard. They work their ass off.
This forum is not for argument. This is basically for discussion. So please reserve yourself from any kind of argumentation. You need not appease each other. You can just express your opinion with whatever logic and feelings you have. Right? Please resume.
As I was telling that farmers work hard, and what if they are not getting results? We cannot say that they are not working right or they are working wrong.
Exactly, I would like to talk about that. So whatever this quote means, it is in a spiritual sense, not in a materialistic sense. So you talked about
Life is spiritual.
Let me complete my statement.
I will also contradict all of your points with one thing, that if we take an example of a thief, he is worshipping his word. But is it something that is for the greater cause? He's just worshipping his word. Like what? He's working hard, he's stealing things from people. But that, we cannot, that is what I'm saying. We need to add a sense of direction to what we are doing. Our work would be worship when we have a direction to what we are doing.
If we find happiness in his work, then it is what it is. If he is find happiness in his work, doing that work, worshipping that work, then it is work.
But that is not the same that everyone seems to agree with the point that work is worship. In my opinion, worship is something, a method through which we are communicating to ourselves. Like we are presenting ourselves, our aspects in front of the Lord. It's a way of communicating to the Lord, right? So when we worship, we don't think of like what I want. I just worship so that my God listens to me, that divine powers listens to me. She gets it what I want in my life. If we are doing our work with a perspective that these won't get me anything, but for our inner peace, then that work is worship, I think.
But whatever you're talking about, the inner peace, that inner peace may be subjective to your personal bias. You may feel satisfied, you may feel peaceful by doing something, and that may damage others. So
work is something subjective matter. It depends on individual to individual, and something that you consider work doesn't mean that other person will consider that work. So,
but we as souls have got our bodies, right? So everyone has a different particular type of body. The concept of swadharma, like do the duty that is particular of your body. So we are here to do certain type of works. But works results are sometimes like good, we acquire good karma or bad karma, because of which we have stayed in the cycle of work and we do not get lifted. So when we surrender that work as a worship to divine, the results that karma of good actually binds us gets
during the Mahabharata, where Kaurava or Pandavas were fighting, work is something Kauravas were wrong. Generally the wrong, but that is their work and they properly done it. Very good, very good. Thus they also go to heaven along with the Pandavas. They also go to heaven. When Yudhishthira asked Krishna, why are they in heaven? They said they have done their work splendidly, so they are also here, and you have done your work, thus you are also here.
So I would like to talk about number 7 and number 8. So I may agree with your points and whatever you talk about. Now I am understanding by which perspective you're talking about. So when you talk about greater cause and when you talk about materialistic cause, The quote here, work is worship, is I think it is talking about spiritual journey, and it is talking in a philosophical sense.
I correct you in this. Even the sentence has different meaning to different people here. I took it in a different sense, you took it in a different sense. So what I took it is as what that we do on our daily basis. We're doing it religiously, we're worshipping it. But that might have a very negative notion when we talk about our generation in the hustle culture. People are making us believe that work is worship, while we are very badly treating our mental health. Our mental health is detrimenting. Our relationship with people is detrimenting. We are into a cycle of competition that we are never getting over, and maybe that is leading to the crime rates, the violence that we are facing every day.
Let me cite, working like a machine is not worshipping.
Exactly. When you feel working like machine, when you don't choose the right work. So my fundamental thing is choose the right work so you don't get boredom, and doing the work is itself the outcome, and you need not to say worship. Just your work is itself the outcome. You agree on that?
We all agree that work is worship. We just have different meanings attached to it. And that is what like we all have a different perception to.
So let's
Taking this point does not mean that I do not believe in working hard. Working hard and worshipping your work is two different things. So working hard is quite required for everyone to succeed in life. But worshipping it and not knowing why it is taking you is the point.
Exactly. Not mine. So my fundamental question is, why don't we discuss on choosing the right work?
Definitely. We are choosing the right word. What is indeed worship?
Yes, that was my fundamental point.
On a concluding remark, taking everyone's point of view into consideration, we have come to this notion that work is indeed worship. All you will have to do is to do the right work without expecting anything from as a result from and believe in the higher God and higher powers.
So for conclusion, I would say that both of us were talking about two different types of work, and after the contradicting thoughts, and I come to concluding the fact that when we choose the right work, we need not to worry about the fruit. And I was constantly telling that doesn't mean that in our daily course, whatever work we're doing, that doesn't apply to the normal course we're doing. That is applying to a higher course for what we're working on. I need to conclude on that.
Adding to that, working with satisfaction, working when I like it, working when we like it, is near to worship.
So I wanted to talk about choosing the right. When you choose the right work, you love it, your mental state is good, and the outcome must be good.
And it will give satisfaction, and satisfaction leads to perfection.
I would also like to conclude that work is something very subjective matter, and choosing our correct work can give us inner happiness and satisfaction, and which can elevate us from to being a luminous one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Group 7. Give a big round of applause for Group 7. Like to sign off the guys by giving their microphones and ID cards on the respective chairs. Thank you so much. So now we are on the verge of the last 8 participants over here. I would like to call Group 8, the final group of the discussion. Ipshita Swine, SCB Medical College. Ipshita Swine, SCB Medical College. Give a big round of applause for her. Rashmi Kumari, Kalinga Institute of Nursing Science. Sashwati Das, Kalinga Institute of Nursing Science. Tithi Rupa Padi, Vikramdev University. Tithi Rupa Padi, Vikramdev University. Give a big round of applause for her. Samuel Priyatam Das, VSUT. Give a big round of applause. Sonali Nayak, Utkal University. Sonali Nayak, Utkal University. Chintamani Chaudhary, Symbiosis Institute of Technology. Chintamani Chaudhary, Symbiosis Institute of Technology. And lastly, Shweta Das, OUAT.
Shreya Das, OUAD. Give a big round of applause for Group 8. I would may request the volunteer to please ask Gaurav sir to pick the topic so that we can come to the concluding session of the group discussion. Thank you, sir. And now we got a topic. Ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. Ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. May I request Professor Khan? I think this is gonna be interesting, right? Give a big round of applause for the discussion. And I will request the audience, please mention decorum of the forum. Good evening. Salutations at the lotus feet of Sri Mahanandamayi and glory to Sri Aurobindo. Today's topic, ego, is the toughest enemy of the human beings. As Sri Aurobindo mentions that our mind is a beautiful servant but a ruthless master. Being egoistic kills the very purpose of progress in our life. We fail at the motto of self-discovery, which is very important to attain the consciousness, to attain the divinity.
Good afternoon to all of you present over there. So our today's topic is ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. So ego is our best enemy said by the Rand Holiday. Ego can indeed hinder personal growth and relationships by the feeling of self-centeredness, arrogance, and lackness of empathy. And it leads to the conflict between our family members, our loved ones, and our other friends.
A very cheerful afternoon to everyone present over here. Our topic is ego is the toughest enemy of human. So one of the biggest reasons why ego is our enemy is that we the peoples don't want to see or touch the reality of this generation. So ego makes you overconfident, overestimate and underestimate the efforts and skill of ourselves, which gets us stopped.
So I want to keep it short and content. Ego is your worst enemy because it's always afraid of death. It keeps you crippled 24/7 and looking
looking forward for the group discussion, and I'm all ears to my fellow contestants. What are their POV in this topic? Thank you.
Very great. Good afternoon to one and all present over here. And ego is the process of glorifying oneself. When a person is fully self-centered and they feel that they are on the top of the world, and they keep on feeling that for a consistent period of time, they feel that they can do anything and they have the power to do everything in this world. There is nothing impossible on their behalf. And that's exactly when they fail. That's exactly when their pride breaks and they fall down straight face.
A very good evening to all of us present here. I would not totally contradict the point, but I would like to add my opinion that what is actually ego? Ego is a physical component of a person having a very good opinion about themselves. How can we conclude of having a good opinion about ourselves wrong? It doesn't show that we are very overconfident. Ego surely can ruin us when we are having it in a very excess amount, when the amount of it is unchecked in us. So ego is not a totally bad component for us. We need to have it for all of us. Thank you.
Very good evening, one and all present. Ego is the toughest enemy of human being. What I understood by this topic is that ego is a hurdle in a path of our personal growth that can be in any aspect. It's about me, it's about myself. I always ignore my mistake. I always ignore what are my weaknesses. I always ignore, it's just about myself, and somewhere I like personal awareness, and due to which it's hindering my personal growth. That's it. That's what the topic is all about, and we're going to discuss about it.
Well, I would believe that ego is when mind gets corrupted, and when Lord Sri Krishna was asked by Arjuna about this, he said, Asan sayogi mahabaho manodurni graham charam abhyasena tu konteya vairagena chukriyate. It means that if you practice hard and if you practice detachment, then you can control your mind, and I believe in this way we can control our ego as well.
So continuing it, I want to add some points. So there are 3 types of death. So first is physical death, then it is emotional death, then it is psychological death. And psychological death, it is connected with ego. When mentally we are at peak, we are self-satisfied, we are accepting in nature. There is no ego. There is no ego in us. We have to be positive about ourselves. We should encourage ourselves, but never in the price of demeaning someone. So that is what I mean to say.
At times we seem to ignore our own problems, we seem to ignore our weaknesses, as number 7 pointed out. And that is where we exactly lack ourselves, that the past is our foundation, present is our material, and future is our aim. Well, how do we justify that? Well, when we see our past, we feel that, okay, we have achieved a lot of things in life, we have great achievements in our name, and that's why we might be able to achieve a lot more in future. And because of that, we totally forget that we are also going to face the same challenges in present once again. And that is exactly when, if we are ignorant, we tend to have the psychological death, as she pointed out.
Yes, why ego is considered as the toughest enemy of the human being? My point is that once we are in this body and the soul, the very sole purpose of our life is to progress. Until we are in this body and the soul, we progress, and once we leave, we are in a rest, we are in a state of unconsciousness. So ego, being a hindrance, being an obstacle of our progress in our life, we need to eradicate that. How we can eradicate? By the idea of Sri Aurobindo, by surrendering completely to the divine, by having a blind faith on the divine as a child has on its parents, as its siblings. Like that, we should have a generosity which comes by disinterestedness and by sacrifice to the divine. Sacrificing our personal and egoistic disinterestedness to the tranquil descendant of our super existence.
Well, I just have 2 things to point out. I just have 2 things to point out. See, ego is something, I agree, ego is very bad for health, but I have seen people progress just because of ego. There is a thing called ego lifting existing in gym which help people build muscle.
sorry,
Wait a minute, let me complete.
That kind of ego,
Let me complete, please. I have seen my friend scoring good marks just because he had a short-term ego towards some person who said you can't score good marks. Then there comes something else. There is a very thin line between having a sense of achievement and ego. Why should I have a sense of achievement that yes, I have achieved this thing, and so it motivates me that yes, I can go towards next goal, I can target, and I can achieve next thing. Why shouldn't it motivate me? What about that?
It is about the confidence.
Let's
When we
talk
have,
about the long run.
when we have,
Let me just confirm why ego is an enemy. It is already in the statement. Ego is the worst enemy. So there must be some reasons, right? Let me point them out. Number one, ego, it brings out separation and division. There are various conflicts between friends, relatives, and it is
your point. Just let me complete it. When you said, I responded to that. Yeah. You said the topic given is ego is the toughest enemy. The previous topics we had, it's a group discussion, right? We have to say if the topic is exactly right or wrong. So we have to have someone who is not against ego. So you can't just always say ego is our enemy. It can be our friend. It's not a foe always.
well, the definition of ego is being misinterpreted here. Well, what he was saying, participant number 7, was that confidence. Confidence helps us to feel motivated and to work towards our goal. Well, we need to be honest. Being honest towards yourself with no deception actually leads you to growth. Like for example, if you have not at all studied and you're just keeping on saying yourself that I have earlier achieved a lot of achievements in my life and I'm again going to score a great mark, that is never going to happen.
Do you consider overconfidence as ego? Do you consider overconfidence as egotism?
Excuse me, I totally agree with my fellow mate. Is totally correct. But as you said, that ego can be a friend. Okay, I respect your view, but let me add something here. Ego is something in maturity we take it as a negative emotion or negative feeling, right? There is a point to it. When you are egoistic, you put others down. You have a mentality that I am great, I am the one, I am the best. That is good, but it is with yourself.
There's a very thin line between the self-satisfaction and being egoistic. Being egoistic, a person who is egoistic, he only thinks of himself. For example, as in our scriptures, as Ravana did, with his knowledge, with his eternal Veda, what he had, he only used that to satisfy his petty desires, his ego. That is called egoistic.
And the thing that Ravana got in his whole life, he ruled a whole kingdom. He defeated the god of gods. Are you forgetting that? Wasn't it his ego?
But with evil intentions, not with.
Ravana is also worshipped in Sri Lanka. He is not actually evil if you go and say someone.
And ego is not evil. And as he said that I have played my friend.
See, we all believe that anything in the right amount is good. Sugar, if you have extra sugar, you will have diabetic. If you have less sugar, it's a problem. Anything in good amount is good. Then why can't ego in a good amount can be good for you?
Everything in the right amount is we attach like you think that ego is your you don't get ego from anyone, either any personal connection. Then what do you think?
Have you achieved something?
Second to our topic, that ego is the toughest enemy of the human being. I would like to.
Ego is not anyone can be anyone's good friend.
Why can't it?
Well, it is about the pride. It is about the pride that you take.
I would just want to narrate two stories. Number one is of Kuber Maharaj, right? When he was egoistic about his wealth and his riches, he came to invite Lord Shiva for dining in his house. But then Lord Ganesha crushed his ego. Number two, we have also heard of the story of Mighty Midas, right? And how his ego got destroyed in seconds.
But what do you think? With ego you can earn everything.
No, that is
Well, okay, then you're talking about ego, then we are achieving a short term of happiness, maybe something that on the long run, that is always going to backfire on us because it is also a sign that you have a great pride within your heart, and that pride is always going to break you, no matter how confident you are.
Being actually proud of something you have achieved on your own efforts, everything on your own doesn't make you happy.
That is not about
Ego
pride.
can
That is
make you
a power.
achieve. Ego can make you achieve various things, but
you
is
you are talking
perfectly
about.
good for us. It helps us in improvement, personal development, and everything. Till we have it in us in a checked amount. I'm not just.
I
saying
agree that
we
ego
can't
can
relate
help
to
you,
us.
in your self-improvement, self-achievement, but ego takes, it combines it with evil intentions. You have that negative impact on your mind on hampering others' progress also.
Ego, sorry, quantities in life. You don't have.
Okay, a person having ego will hold grudges. Do you agree a person having ego will hold grudges? Is this true?
Yes.
Will one day.
Why will
Yes,
he hold?
totally.
I will give you an example. I have seen people who just take ego but they never hold grudges. They feel bad. Just take example. You and me, we both are classmates. We are studying together and I'm not writing anything in a class and you just suddenly said me that you're going to be the next topper and I take it as my ego. तूने कैसे बोल दिया मेरे को कि मैं top करूँगा? अब तो मैं करके दिखाऊंगा. I top, I showed you, but I never hold a grudge against you कि तूने मेरे को ऐसा क्यों बोला?
When you have ego in your heart, it will stop you from
Positive, like I can work hard, have that self-confidence in myself and top work you in the next semester.
When you have ego in your heart,
You talk about short-term happiness, you talk about everything that is short-term, then why can't there be short-term ego?
because the short-term ego is it will only help you achieve short-term happiness. Then after, if you have
Ego
ego in
has
your
some
heart,
evils with it. Like number one, sufferings. Ego can bring you sufferings. Ego can give you attachment in a bad way. Ego gives you some kind of arrogance.
ego stops you from getting yourself
Ego
educated.
kills
When
the
you are trying to
progress. That
learn
is the
something,
sole purpose of the human being.
Why are you trying to classify ego in black and white when it can be grey? That's my question. That's it.
It hampers the very purpose.
Why is ego being classified in black and white when it can be grey?
The great part is that self-esteem. There is no ego that is self-esteem.
yeah, the term itself is wrong. It's not ego that
Let
you're
me
saying.
give a point here.
Confidence.
Okay, as you said, in my school, in my school there are my friends who is improving just because of ego. I will say that is for short term. I have seen a lot of what if I say exactly what is my point? Let me clear my point. I have seen a lot of great leaders, great personalities who have achieved a lot of things in their life, but within a fraction of second they have came from here to here just because of their ego.
Just a minute. I will point out the example. All of you know Sachin Tendulkar. There was a bowler who bowled Sachin Tendulkar in his very first over and he came to Sachin Tendulkar to sign that ball. He said, please sign this ball. And Sachin Tendulkar wrote that ball, it will never happen again, it never happen again. Is this ego?
Well, the ego, if it has rudeness in it, then it is a...
Yes, exactly.
Then Sachin Tendulkar was egoistic.
Rudeness, like if you are envious of something, if you
If you are trying to demean others because of your ego, then that is wrong.
If
Not
it is
only
like
that.
Ego is considered as
Johnny
the
Western
toughest
scored
enemy of the
200
human
in
being
Test
because
match
it
when
does
Virat
not
Kohli
aid
selected.
in your
Is that an ego?
transformation. It does not aid in your transformation from your physical being, from your vital being to the supervisor.
Johnny Western scored 200
which means
in a
being
point
an
test in England. When England was in a very bad condition just because Virat Kohli selected saying you are not able to see the ball. Wasn't that ego?
That was a sense of revenge, but that was not true ego that you say. And then after, also if he was not skilled enough to be batting at that stage, then would he have ever achieved? Well, that ego was not baseless. That was a confidence based on his skills. So you
Now you are just beating around the bush. You are just turning the words here and there so that there doesn't come ego. I'm just saying, why is ego in black and white when ego can be
My
grey?
fellow groupmate number 7, are you just for the topic that ego is a fellow human being? I would request to conclude their remarks.
So as a conclusion, I would like to say that ego in our heart can make us stop from educating ourselves, and also it might make us feel that we are on top of the world, we are always better than others, and because of that, we always might demean others. While at the same time,
Human being a receptor and the divine grace being the ligand to it. Once we activate ourselves, once we go into the law of light and eradicate the falsehood and follow the path of the truth, then the ligand of the divine grace is easily accessible to you and we can transform our self-being from a human nature to a divine nature very easily. Once we eradicate the egoistic interests, the personal interests, the pretty shallow desires that we love to have in our life as materialistic form, once we get rid of all these things, then we can get in the
the path of progress in a life, which is the very sole purpose of life, as mentioned by the mother and she already.
Is the toughest enemy of human being has become a topic of discussion for the past 20 minutes. Thank you, Group 8. Respected jury, can I just sign them off? Okay, so you can just sign off the dice. Give a big round of applause to the group discussion over here. The applause should not stop. Thank you so much, Group 8, for the performance. I request Professor Janardhan Mahaki to come to the dais for the further proceedings.
Thank you, madam. And I was a witness to the last group discussion made by the contestant group number 8. Now I am thinking whether I have go or I have let go or I simply go. What do you say? I don't know. Absolutely, let go. Okay. However, I request the technical team to clear the dais in a couple of minutes. The volunteers are here, so we can do the next book. So, dear contestants who have come from different parts of the country, you will be happy to know that so many topics you have been given with 16 topics based on the different aspects of human life as propounded by the Divine Mother and she already. And you have tried your best in giving your own thought process and opinion about different topics. Please be informed that in a short while we are going to have the virtual presence of one of the eminent sadhak of the country. He is a renowned academician and he will join us from Punjab through virtual mode. We will definitely listen to him. And we'll also listen to the valuable feedback of the magician who is present inside Anandita. You may not be knowing who is the magician. The magician is none other than the Sip Khera of Odisha, as pronounced in the morning by Professor Ananya, Dr. Ashok Mangal. I definitely like. Why I'm saying so? You'll be very happy to know that every year, X number of students they used to clear UPSC. You know this? You must be knowing it? Yes? No? I want to respond. Yes? No? Yes. Wonderful. 50% of the students are being trained by Dr. Ashok Mangal. At least 50% students are being trained by Dr. Ashok Mangal. From this we can well understand. So right now it is time 5:36. Sir, I will invite you just for a couple of minutes, sir, because I have something to do with this contestant. So sir will address all of you. Why I'm saying so? Because his address, because he is observed very keen and he is very particular. He has made notes of your observations. When Chaudhary from Symbiosis was saying his contestant like this, if ego is white and black, then why can it be grey? Noted. Chaudhary has been noted, okay? So, Dr. Congress will tell you, right? Because I think his piece of advice definitely is going to help you to clear the next round of Yugma 2024. Because group number 8, the discussion with the due permission from the expert jury, I am surprised this is setting the tone of the toughness of this national level contest. कोई किसी को रास्ता नहीं छोड़ रहा, right? That is really wonderful. However, since you have contestants from across the country, from Nagpur, from Koraput, from Jamshedpur, from Ranchi, right? I would like 2 to 3 number of students coming here and share their experience for a couple of minutes. Volunteering. You just share your experience. Anything else you want to add? Because this is all about integrating spirituality with higher education or with education. If you want to say something, anything in your mind, please come forward and share the experience. Would you like to volunteer yourself, or I have your name and your college name, I can take your name. I am the coordinator, I can do anything. Either you will volunteer yourself, or I will take your name and I will invite you. What do you want? Oh, you want my invitation. Very good. Somebody is working. Oh yeah, please, please. What's your good name, my dear friend? Samuel. From? VSS UC Bulla. Can you have a long round of applause for Samuel? Thank you, Samuel.
So, once again, good evening, everyone. And as throughout the event, apparently my group was the last one, so I had to pay attention from 1 to 7 so that I can gather as many as points throughout the debate and I can use it during my sets. And that's I'm glad that it maybe unfortunately or fortunately I got the last group. That I got to hear all yeah, so I got to learn so many things from all other groups and I was listening to all of them carefully. So that I learned from this event was that when we look at our education system, it only thinks about logics, or sometimes it is even logicless, like we just see bookish knowledge, like we read about the history of Rajas, who won the war when, and that's it, all about it. We never see the aspect of what actual human ethics are, or what actual our moral values should have been. Like currently in my university, with the introduction of universal human value as a subject, I never knew such kind of subject would have existed. Throughout my school life, moral science was just a fun period. There was nothing to have was our life outcomes. But in my university, I'm learning so many things about life, what is true happiness, and how we can actually learn about handling stress, or like handling anxiety, or helping others when they are in depression. So these are things are the real life lessons that we are lacking. And to be honestly spotted out, it is rightly present in the previous or the ancient Indian text. So when it is being integrated with the Indian education system, at the same time the integral education, it is going to build a great level of human empathy and also human understanding of what actual emotions are that are ignored today. We only see logic, we only see the only aim of life is money, but we never learn what actual the aim of the life is, that is to become a better human being and to support the growth of the society. And I believe that with the integration of this integral education and all these topics, it's going to be a great revolution for the future generation of India. Thank you.
Thank you, Samuel. I think the points which you missed during the jury round, you try to tell all those points at this moment, right, Samuel? But well said. Thank you, Samuel. Samuel, thank you for giving your opinion about integral education and Indian knowledge. Any other volunteer? Yes, please. There is, so many. Now, good. I know everybody. Please come forward. Can these people come forward? The last girl, and yes.
There are no sheets.
Yes. Okay. So, Professor Dr. Samina Subramanian, the member of the esteemed expert jury, clarifying that you can make your points, but the sheets have already been sent to the evaluation committee, so they are not going to the needful. Okay. Fine. One after another. All three can come forward and speak. Thank you.
Very good evening to one and all present here. I am Sonal Sarpati, third year civil engineering undergraduate at Orissa University of Technology and Research, formerly CET. I have been to n number of oratory competitions before Yugma. Last year, unfortunately, I couldn't make it to Yugma. Actually, our college couldn't make it to Yugma. Our senior inspired us to, she's also present with us today, Isha Giri, 4th year E&I. Of OUTI. She inspired us to join today and register ourselves for Yugma. The perspective which we always put forward in every debate competition, it is limited to a certain topic always. And we just go and we give our oration and we come back. But in Yugma, there was a different perspective which I learned, not only while preparing for all the 16 topics which we were given, as well as today when I took part in the GD, as well as observed when the others were in their respective group discussions. The theme of spirituality, it was an eye-opener for me. I have never been to such a competition where we get to learn so much about a particular theme in general, not from my fellow college participants, but also from participants India-wide. And I'm extremely grateful to Asta School of Management for giving such a grand opportunity. I would also like to come next year and also suggest all my juniors to take part in Yugma at least once in their life to get a special side of spirituality. Thank you so much.
Sonali, right?
Sonal, so no I.
Oh, no I. Okay, no I. Sonal, thank you. But Sonal, let me clarify that if at all, Sonal, if at all you are becoming winner this year, you will not participate in the next year. Yes, but you can come as a witness to join us in this celebration. Because yes, again, February 2025, we are going to have Yugma 2025, the 9th edition of Yugma. Okay? All the best. Okay. I can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And I have got 554. So I can spare 2 minutes each. 16 minutes, dotted 6 will allow and will spare this space to Dr. Asur Mantha. Okay? So in this context, I request, how do you pronounce it? Chantili, Chantili, okay? Chantili, please help me. Tantawa, Chikawa, oh, Chikwa, Chikwa, oh, Chunga. Chikwa, please come. Clap for.
Namaste. My name is Chantel Tanatwa Chikwa. I'm a student from C.V. Raman Global University. I come from Zimbabwe. It is in the southern part of Africa. So at first, when I heard of this competition, I thought, am I eligible for this competition? Since I'm black, maybe they won't value me, or maybe I'll be considered an outcast. But there's this self-motivation I gave myself. Then I said, if I'm a black person, that means I'm a human being. Then I must give myself a chance to participate in this competition. So I was really scared when I came in here, especially when I saw that I was the only African here. I wondered, am I going to make friends? Are people going to talk to me? Maybe people will start laughing, just like the first days when I came to India. So many people were surprised to see people like Asotobi looking at us in a weird way, but I'm so glad that I met so many beautiful souls here. And I also want to thank the Arts Organization for showing me such great hospitality. I really appreciate it. So this whole competition, it has taught me so much. I've always been willing to take part in such a competition because since childhood, actually my dream job was to become a lawyer. But unfortunately, I'm not studying EBA, but I'm happy about it as well. So I always had this passion in public speaking, but I never got a chance. But I'm so glad that this competition took place and I got a chance to participate and learn so many things. So I'm just so happy that this competition taught me a lot, especially the part of integral education. The topic I liked the most was higher education follow the principles of integral education. And I was so happy. I actually wanted to do that one, but anyways, it's okay. Then I like the part that integral education, it helps us to have experimental learning, something which is not commonly found in higher education. Experimental learning is now more valuable in our modern life, since it helps us to have more skills and connect our studies to the natural world around us. So once again, I want to thank you all for your warm welcome and allowing me to participate in this program. Thank you.
2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes. Or else the bell will ring.
A very good evening to one and all present over here, the venerable jury members. I'm Shivshankar Das from Ravinsha University. I'm pursuing BCom. I'm in first year, and I'm also a CA student, by the way. I got into this competition in a way, I would say, accidentally. I was told by one of our faculty members about this competition, that so-and-so competition is being held, and you will participate in it. He didn't ask me. He said you will participate in it because he knew I'm an orator. I won't say a good one or a bad one. That decision rests upon the jury. So, well, I participated in it, and the topics that I saw were really intriguing and thought-provoking. I thought these are the topics which lies within the area of my interest, and I prepared for them and made the video, did write writers and all that. Then when I was selected and I got through, I saw a list of topics which I thought that are relevant to today's societal scenario, what we need today, and was very analogous to the things which I'm interested since my childhood. My understanding of this entire thing, like spirituality or morality and so on, which are a part of integral education, went through the passageway of an interest in mythology, Indian mythology. Through that, I started understanding spirituality. I started exploring things like Upanishads, different scriptures written by great sages, and once I started exploring these things, I understood so many things, and literally I would like to extend my thanks to the entire committee, those who have organized this event and have put forth such interesting topics for our group discussion. It made us learn so many things. So yeah, I would extend my thanks to everyone. Thank you.
Very good evening to all those who are present here. I am Swastika from College of Agriculture. I'm an agriculture student. I have mentioned it already. I think most of us have already mentioned the fact that the topics were very enlightening. It was also for me, the it was same. But first of all, I would like to thank all the amazing audience that were patient enough to hear each one of us and encourage us throughout our speaking process. Coming next to the fact that the hospitality that we have been getting here from right when we entered the gate till now, we are being treated with utmost care and love. Starting from the beaming smiles that I can see here, till I was very nervous, to be honest, when I got into the campus, and I wasn't very sure about what I was going to present here on the stage, but eventually everything fell into place, and I kind of felt that I did good. Now, coming to the topics that were given, there is a concept of land in agriculture, which means your innovations would matter nothing if they only stay to the lab. It will have a meaning when it comes to the land. So basically, what happened to me today is, I got spiritualism from paragraphs, from books to my real life. I heard about people speaking about it. I was encouraged and motivated to see people my age speaking and talking about it and being so knowledgeable that now I can definitely say that I have a long way to go. The slogans were mesmerizing, people speaking them so clearly, not only did motivate me to be good, but also kind of, it helped me self-retrospect about my own position. So overall, I would not take much time. Thank you all for being such a great audience.
Hello. So first of all, what I would like to say is that my journey of Yugma, it started on 2022. Actually, I was here on 2022 and I participated in it. But at that time, that was the first time I came to know about this Yugma, and all the topics that were there. It was the first time, it was my first interaction. Before that, I had never known about this. I used to know Sri Aurobindo as a nationalist, and I've heard of the Divine Mother, but I did not know this depth. And at that time, unfortunately, I failed to clear this competition. But it kept an impact on my mind. I started reading about Sri Aurobindo and the Mother and the theories that they have given. So after that, it was so mesmerizing, I got lost into it. And I made sure that, unfortunately last year we were not able to participate from our college, but I made sure that, this is my final year, my third year, I made sure that even if it's for one time, one last time, I want to participate once again here. And at least I want to give my best, because the last time I was not able to give my best because I did not know much about this topic. So all I wanted to say, and knowing about all these things helped me to take a life decision right now, professional decision in my professional field. It helped me because somewhere while learning all about this, I heard something like that you should listen to the soul because it says the truth. It's a whisper, but it says the truth. And if you can slowly listen to it and you work on it. So I heard that and I could take that lesson in my life to take life decision. So I thank Yugma for that, to bring me to all this, this huge thing in my life. And I will, even after this competition, doesn't matter what happens, I will always take it forward and I will try to, serve, and I will try to spread this with others, that it's something so magnificent and spiritual. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, due to restriction in time, I would end it in a nutshell. So I'll say 3 points. First of all, I feel like Yugma is giving that opportunity internationally for presenting what you have. Speaking of integral education, I did not expect it has such a great role to play in case of higher education. Honestly, of course, I had very minimal idea. But after getting to know about Yugma, I literally researched on internet and YouTube about Vedas and all of that. The minimalistic ideas I did have, but the depth that I researched, it's all because of Yugma. Second point, I'm literally immensely thankful to the panel of judges, to outstanding audience and my dear participants. I don't know how much I'm grateful to them because definitely every contestant comes with a competitive mind here and I too came here in that state of mind. But some of my friends expressed them in such a well cordial manner that I understood the true essence of compassion and empathy. Thank you everybody. And also I would also like to express my special thanks to my Zimbabwe friend. She's a very beautiful, warm, compassionate girl. I truly got a lot to learn from her. She's very giving, very sharing, and too warm. Lot to learn from you. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. Hare Krishna. I am a Ripple Sairati from Regional College of Management. So for the very first time when I came to know about Yugma, I was surprised. Spiritual competition, these things also happen, so I was really very happy. Winning or losing, I don't know. But the amount of takeaway which I will be taking from her, definitely I will be using that for the development, for the growth, for the welfare and betterment of not only me, but also my family and my society. Last but not the least, I learned, कोशिश कर, हल निकलेगा, आज नहीं तो कल निकलेगा. It's neither you, it's nor me. It's always us because we all are spiritual warriors. Thank you so much.
Very good evening to all of you. I am Vishumriyata. I am in my early 20s and I have a desire to know about spirituality. And this platform is giving me the opportunity to express my thought about spirituality without being related into the religion and every step with it. I really want to show my gratitude to all of the members who are presenting here
who are present here, and all the people who are listening to me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for participating, and thank you for cooperating. Thank you all.
So I was participating almost after 3 to 4 years. I've been mostly involved in the organizing committee in my college. So that's one of the reasons you must have seen me on the last benches with all the volunteers, hoping up सब सही चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा है. And that's another reason I'm standing here, because जब तक podium की side नहीं लगता नहीं कि event complete हुआ है. बहुत अच्छा experience था 3-4 साल बाद. I came here, I was here to participate. I was not thinking about competing that much. I was just here to enjoy, and I enjoyed to my fullest. Just one thing, there are many people outside in the world who have said कि यार देश का युवा है ना सही नहीं चल रहा है. ये जो फोन है ना, फोन की लत लग गई है, खराब हो गया युवा. मैं चाहता हूँ उन सबको आज हम यहाँ पर लाए और उनको दिखाएं कि 100 different people with 100 different perspectives and what this youth can do. We are limitless, guys, and we have a long way to go. Thank you so much.
First of all, good evening to everyone here present. And I am Vidya Mahanti from Niagara Autonomous College. I am talking about my Yugma journey. It was few days back when our English HOD told me that you have to go for this competition. And for the oratory contest, we have 2 topics. I was for to choose the first topic, that is the Indian knowledge system, how it should be integrated in the higher education. But somehow my father told me you should choose the second topic. As a student, it's necessary to connect it with the spirituality. I was studied in a school that is the Saraswati Sishu Vidya Mandira, and most of the people know that that is a prayer thing. And we have the prarthana or prayer for at least 45 minutes, which is composed of the meditation, yoga, and in Saturday that is Surya Namaskar. So what I want to say here, that as a student, we must not forget that what is the moral and ethical value of us. So spirituality is the one thing that is connected to us. And first of all, thanks to the committee and Aster School of Management that they are conducting such a oratory contest from which we have the international contestants. And also the students from across the country, thanks for that. And the hospitality is very good because I came yesterday and all the people who are very warm, the management which they did. And this competition, I think everyone must have to give their perspective. We all have the different problems, accordingly that we have our understanding. So rather than debating it, it should be a group discussion. Somehow it is expressing one's idea and not expressing it. We are thinking that potentiality is not expressing in a better way. So this is the first time in Yugma. Thanks to everyone. And I hope that if I'll get a better opportunity, definitely I will give my best. And lastly, I would thank everyone and also the Divine Mother as the Divine Presence is present here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for expressing your views, opinions. We're really privileged and honored to listen from all of you. We are running short of time definitely because 6:15 p.m. we'll have Professor Dr. Satchidanand Mohanty online with us. Before that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put your hands together for Dr. Ashok Maharaj, the expert remember and share each piece of mind with all of you. Please, sir. Please have this.
यहाँ कण कण में ईश्वर बसते हैं। देवादिदेव महादेव की उपासना करने वाला का सब भी सिद्ध बन जाता है। यही है अपना संस्कार, यही है संस्कृति भारत का। और हम सब गर्व से कहते हैं हम भारतीय हैं। Some tried for conversion, some tried with freedom commerce, but today we are on the track of being the global leader, having temples worldwide, spreading the voice of the Almighty, adding the flavors of spiritualism, ethics, values, world over, entire universe. That's what we feel proud of. When we say, you see how is it built? When we say, oh, this is just a uchcharan, एक शब्द है बस. ना ये किसी बिरादरी, किसी पंथ, मजहब, धर्म, संप्रदाय किसी का नहीं है. जब ओंकार मंत्र उच्चारण होता है तो ये सारा विश्व का मंगल कार्य होता है. It's not for your or my territory. It is for the whole universe and beyond even our imaginations ever. That's what we belong to. That's what we feel proud of. You know, when we talk of integrating all these things, how it and where from it starts, what really, as one of my jury members asked, what are you seeking for? किस चीज की खोज है आपको? What exactly humanity means? What is performance? You know, in this world of uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, you know, we are really into a turmoil, but excellently doing well with the blessings of the Almighty. We are already on the verge of being the global leader in all perspectives. It's not only comparing your GDPs, it is dwelling over the entire humanity's heart. हम हर दिल में बसना चाहते हैं. That is it. ये शुरू कहाँ से होता है? दो तीन चीज है. 1, 2, 3, 4 aspects of that. If I define it well, I was just sharing it with Janasri sir. It starts with स्वयं. मतलब आपको संपूर्ण होना. That's what makes it possible if you are into integral system, embedding it into your higher education. When you are full, then only you can. आपसे बचे तो दुनिया में आप शेयर करो. पहले खुद को संपूर्ण होना चाहिए. वो संपूर्णता आपको मिलेगी तब जब जैसे आप लोग बता रहे थे, you know, always I am here to learn. I am not here to judge you, rather I am here to learn. आप ही में से किसी ने कहा कि it's a development of body, soul, mind, mental, spiritual, everything. That's it. Totally wholesome. Then only you are sampurna. Then you can share. Next is sayam. When you share, we were talking of ego. When you share it, you should be the most disciplined one. Sayam means anushasana. What is discipline? Submitting everything, having no self-esteem inside. It is a selfless gift. Success and discipline goes hand in hand. Then it is sadhana. Again, what is sadhana? Meditation, concentration, achievement, accomplishment, patting yourself on your back or getting an applaud across the universe. What is success? And how you achieve it? What is that path, process? What is that real sadhana? That is it. It starts with yourself. It ends in yourself. when you do something in the most professional way, then you are having a sadhana inside. ये गुरु के पास ही होता है. To accept someone as your guru, your mentor, when you really submit to someone as your guide who shows you the way, sadhana se siddhi hoti hai. Siddhi happens on the lap of your mentor. वही जगह है. When you completely समर्पण भाव के साथ एकदम, then you achieve siddhi. And you know, siddhi is something not for self. It is for human excellence. It's for excellence in life. It's for the entire humanity. Quite a couple of days back, we had a discussion, myself and one of my teachers. The discussion was like this. The entire perspective of what we are after today is centered around 3 P's. If you can note it: passion, performance, professionalism to excel in life. I repeat: passion, performance, professionalism in excelling life. Let me put up 1-2 examples to that, to be closer to the competition, to the thought that we are into since the morning. Striving hard, waiting patiently for 500 years is passion. Definitely. Winning the game legally with the law of the land is performance. If you can follow what I am speaking of. लोग बोले कि ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, आग लग जाएगा, but handling the after state from the Bhumi Pujan to the Pran Pratishtha is what I think professionalism is. Taking the whole world into confidence. जब सारा सब कुछ हो गया, dedicating it to the excellence in life, that is human unity, is absolutely wonders to come in the future days. To my tech-savvy next-gen guys here, to aspire for being into ISRO may be your passion. To frame out the Chandrayaan is your performance. But to go for and have a safe landing on the south pole of the moon speaks about your professionalism. You know, a fresh MBBS doctor, a fresh MS, master in surgery, fresh one, going inside the OT, is a professional? It's not. Right? When you practice it, was this one when we landed in the South Pole the first time? That's what I said. To have a safe landing in the South Pole of the moon speaks about our professional. वहां से जो डाटा आया ना, उसको सारे संसार में बांट देते हैं. That is excelling in life. That is where integral education, that is where spiritualism, that is what we are seeking for. That is what we are seeking for. You know, somebody develops a drone, somebody develops a missile, somebody is developing an anti-satellite. But मेरा प्रधानमंत्री इवेंट काउंसिल पे टेबल मार के बोल रहा है, I will feed the entire universe. वैसे तो 80 करोड़ लोगों को बैठा के खाना खिला रहा हूँ since the days of the COVID. और दुनिया में लोग कितने बचे हैं? US, Russia, China, give your technologies, I will feed the entire world. That is global excellence. That is touching human beings' life. कई बार मैं बोलता हूँ, साहब ने इंट्रोडक्शन के दरमियान ये दर्शाया था कि I have been instrumental to many of the OPSC, UPSC candidates, yes. Whenever I take them a session for how to face the interview, I congratulate them and I say repeatedly, I say for all batches, for all students, all aspirants, कि आप जो है ना सारा दुनिया को अपनी उंगली में नचाते हो, पर ये मत बोलो कि इस उंगली को किसने बनाया. That's it. That is very important. Right? Yes. For today's, should we give a pause here? Yes. So we are awaiting our guest for his address. So I give a pause to my address here. We will resume if part of my audience prefers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a big thunderous applause for Dr. Ashok Mangala. So thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for wonderful words. However, Professor Dr. Sachidanand Mohanty is online with us right now. So I would like to request Madam Ananya to initiate the process. Please, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, Dr. Bankim Mohanty, Professor Sharmila Subramaniam, faculty of Asta School of Management, the students, dignitaries, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. As a member of the Asta family, I greet all of you from the salubrious campus of Punjab University at Chandigarh. You have heard the organizers introduce me as a former Vice Chancellor of Central University of Odisha. That is, of course, one of my affiliations, but currently I am holding the Sri Aurobindo chair at Punjab University, Chandigarh. We have the good fortune and privilege to have been educated directly under the mother's care at the Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education. And I've had exposures to various universities in India and abroad. And I'm so happy to be here. I do believe that the students who are participants who come from far and near to be part of the Yugma have come primarily not as a kind of an academic excursion, interesting as it might be, but they have come here to be part of a journey of the Asta School. And the topic that has been given to me, and I have chosen with pleasure, is religion, spirituality in higher education. My friends, what does religion and spirituality mean to students? I recall that as students, young students in Bhubaneswar, initially, for most of us, and I think it continues till today, that when we speak of religion and spirituality to students, it means basically breaking a coconut at the time of the examination, visiting a temple and chanting a prayer. And I have corrected the students' exam papers where they have written Om, a sacred Om to invoke. And of course, later on, at the time of the admissions and job interviews, and some might even say that we remember God at the time of the spouse selection. On modern dating, are we going to get the right job? Are we going to get the right partner? And we invoke God. So don't you think that God, for most of us, the students, have become a commercial affair? We are bargaining with God. If you give me this, I will give you that. my dear friends, I'm sure your understanding of religion and spirituality and the career as students is more profound than that. It's more profound than a kind of a bargaining with the Almighty. What does religion and spirituality mean? For all of us, the students. And most of the students present here will say, oh, religion and spirituality give us a break. It is meant for our parents. It is meant for the middle-aged families. Because they need solace and peace of mind. Because there is so much of conflict and turmoil at home. And in the workplace also we need religion and spirituality because we need inner peace. There's so much of politics in the workplace. So much of politics in the residences where we live and housing societies. So that is the world of the adults, my friends. But I would like to differ from that. I think religion and spirituality that Mother and Sri Aurobindo have given us, it is something extremely relevant to us. We must remember what Sri Aurobindo had said so memorably. And I am using these words very advisedly because there are gurus and there are approaches and approaches. So I think what is unique in Sri Aurobindo and the Mother is that they are telling us all life is education, my friends, and all life is yoga. And yoga doesn't mean the abandonment and renunciation from life, but yoga means embracing all the aspects of life, all the complexities, all the contradictions, all the confusions, and to try to transform them, not to run away from the problems, but to meet the problems head-on, my friends. So it's not just something confined, because as students, I'm sure you are facing many multifaceted problems. Problems of dealing with classes, with parents, with friendship, with relationship. All these multiple problems are there. My friends, they cannot be really postponed to the Middle Ages when you are going to get the succor and support and consolation by turning to God, the Almighty, and larger spiritual forces. And I'm making a distinction between religion and spirituality, because religion is largely a matter of dogma, rituals, and ceremonies, important as they are. But spirituality of the dynamic kind that Sri Aurobindo and Tagore and others are speaking about, that is something which is vibrant, and there is no mediation between you and the Almighty, my friends. You communicate directly with that unknown, and that unknown is so beneficial to you. And Sri Aurobindo talks about an aspiration from below and a grace from above, because we human beings are incapable of really dealing with the problems and the turbulence and the vicissitudes that are coming to us, and yet turning to the higher force, we can yet find a solution. Is religion and spirituality, my friends, is only meant for the families and the middle-aged? And is it only for the peace that we go to a temple? We take a plunge into the Ganges because we are sinful. Because we can make a distinction between the boardroom and the puja room. The boardroom, the management context where our decisions are taken. Unethical practices are also performed. And we go to the puja room, we go to the temple to absolve ourselves. And I'm speaking so spontaneously because I'm in the presence of a wonderful bunch of students there, Asta. So since I am before Asta, I am before the Almighty. Because you will see the photograph of the Mother and you are chanting the lines from the Upanishads. What can be more evocative for a person like me, and I'm speaking spontaneously, from the depth of my being? Is it only for peace? Is it for only tranquility? No, my friend. It is for the transformation of our being itself. We say ritualistically from darkness to light. Our Upanishadic wisdom is telling us. But every day, and how can you really spread light unless you are luminous yourself, unless you have got light within yourself? How can you spread joy as teachers and students unless there is joy and peace within you? And spirituality teaches us, fills us, and opens ourselves to the windows and doors where sunlight filters in, the sunlight of truth and happiness and joy filtering. By turning yourself to the higher forces, you fill yourself with joy. And when you meet somebody in the classroom and outside, you are full of radiance and full of joy the other person also responds so well. I remember the dialogue that Sri Aurobindo had with Subhash Chandra Bose, the Netaji, through his disciple, Dilip Kumar Roy. And Dilip Kumar Roy was always bringing national celebrities to Sri Aurobindo. Gandhi, and he's written among the great, and Sri Aurobindo came to me, my friends. In our days of Amazon, you should get hold of this book. Dilip Kumar Roy is among the great. And then he talks about Tagore, Gandhi, and others, and Sri Aurobindo came to me. And Subhash from Mandalay jail says, I don't believe in the Sabarmati school, ashram of Gandhiji. I don't believe in the Pondicherry school of Sri Aurobindo, because I believe in action. As Vivekananda said, we must develop biceps in order to defeat the colonial system, the British Raj. Subhash was in search of the liberation. Of course, subsequently escapes to Germany and to Japan, and forms the Indian National Army in Singapore, and they march to Kohima, to other places, and he's a national hero. So, but you asked Sri Aurobindo, I'm not interested in Dhyana. You are a Dhyani yourself, but I am a believer in action. I need the freedom of the country. A.B. Purani was also asking, I don't want to really stay in Pondicherry to do yoga. I want to go back to Gujarat because I am interested in the freedom of the country. And Sri Aurobindo looks through the window in 1918 and says, supposing I give you the assurance that India is going to become free. And he pauses significantly. And he asks Purani, the question is not whether India is going to become free or not. What is India going to do with the freedom? Then he stops and says, Pundaraj, Bolshevism, communism. So you see, somebody who believed in the freedom of the country, and he spells it out in the 5 dreams that he had. The first of the dream, as he said, because it coincides with his independence on the 15th of August, the freedom of India, necessary for the rise of Asia, and the world union, and the coming of the supermind, and the next evolution of mankind. So all those things are possible not through the United Nations, but because he had the drishti. He was the yoga drashta. So today you are talking about Yugma, because it's a yoga in echo that is represented by the mother. So my friends, if your window did not have this kind of oversight due to yoga, due to spirituality, he won't have really thought of the future of mankind. He was a great political revolutionary in Bengal, but became a revolutionary of the consciousness. So my friends, what am I trying to tell you? I just told you in the last 12 minutes or so, spirituality and religion are not banished from life. It's part and parcel of life. It's an integral part of life. In order to really remain, immerse ourselves in the spirit of spirituality, of Tagore, of Sri Aurobindo, Raman Maharshi and others. We're not looking at Sri Aurobindo in an exclusive sense, because he belongs to that tradition. When you immerse yourself, you don't have to prepare a PowerPoint presentation. You would see that I don't have notes before me. I spoke because I had assimilated the thoughts. I had invoked the presence of Sri Aurobindo. But I have told you, this is the light of Sri Aurobindo. We must allow Sri Aurobindo to speak through us, not through the mind. He wrote so many volumes, not through the mind. He emptied himself of the thoughts and the trivial thoughts, allowed himself so effectively to be a receptacle of the higher forces. My friends, spirituality is not something to be postponed. Spirituality is here and now. I would like to congratulate you because all of you are on the journey of self-discovery. And I think spirituality helps you to discover yourself, not necessarily in a pub, in a Kentucky Fried Chicken, pizza parlor, but with yourself. The biggest challenge that we have is to deal with ourselves. We are constantly running away from ourselves because there is a sense of fear. Spirituality enables us to empty ourselves from that fear and that purity. And then encounter with yourself will become a matter of happiness and joy. And when you are full of joy, you will radiate joy outside. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
wonderful address. Professor Dr. Sachidananda Mahanti, member of governing body, Honorable Foundation, and former Vice Chancellor. Give a big round of applause. We are very precious. We are very happy to extend our hearts and gratitude to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
I can also tell you from here, when I'm sending the greetings from Chandigarh, the whole campus is now surcharged with the words of Sri Aurobindo. As I said, each one of us has to empty ourselves from our own petty notions, ideas that we have, and become a good channel, lamp, so that we become a receptacle for noble thoughts. Doesn't Tagore say, let noble thoughts, and our own tradition says, let noble thoughts come from elsewhere. So I would like to commend the efforts of Dr. Yugma, Jinashis and Sharmila Subramaniam, and all of you for mounting this effort. And all of the participants are showing the data, recharge.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'm not here to try out the lessons, or just back end of the day. But definitely, I want to express a few things in line of our journey across this whole day. And especially I'll try to use your language that you nation guys understand. The role that you play speaks about your passion. The responsibilities uploaded checks your performance. Really, the reliability truly relates or will relate to the professionalism, degree of professionalism that you put out. And the relationship to the whole universe will speak about how you excel in life. Passion is to invoke a sense of self-acceptance that we are talking in one of these sessions. Performance is to show up proportionate reactions. Decision making is a reflection of one's professionalism. And in excelling in life is that when or which gives a sense of being connected and feel secure. That is what it is. Passion is to stand beside people who are ignored. Performance is to manage people as objects. Professionalism is looking people as objects of need. But excellence in life is to stand with the people, those who really need you at the time of their best. Passion is to create managers. Performance is to create managers, those who will handle the present problems. Passion is to create managers, because we have faced problems in the past years. Performance is to create managers looking forward to handle the present day problems. But professionalism will really speak when you produce managers, those will handle the upcoming problems. Yes. And excelling in life is the best fit of that. Okay, not further stretching to it. When I was discussing with my professor, Sir Pacharele, he asked me, how should we start this topic? May I have your attention? What I said, जैसी सोच वैसा विश्वास, जैसा विश्वास वैसा वचन, जैसा वचन वैसा एक्शन, जैसा एक्शन वैसा रिजल्ट, जैसी सोच, it speaks about your profound thoughts, जब आपको सारा सब कुछ ज्ञान हो, then you develop a passion to achieve it. Either or. And when you have the passion, you begin. Vishwas. Every performance starts with a belief, I can. Right? Then, when it is one step ahead, जैसा विश्वास वैसा वचन, who can give a word to you? Definitely a professional. Definitely a professional. So when it comes to profession, being a professional is your commitment, dedication. And finally, when you act, the results are spreading its fragments across boundaries. That is what exactly is excelling in life. I got a very wonderful opportunity, to be in front of my teachers. Let me share with you, youngsters. This is how I concluded my statements. कि समुद्र मंथन से अमृत की उत्पत्ति हुई. It was a journey. It's not a tug of war. कि एक पार्टी हार जाए और दूसरा उसको खींच के जीत जाता नहीं. It has to be a journey. That speaks about कि both parties are equally competent. So देवताओं के बस की बात नहीं थी. And कोई उसके समकक्ष हो, parallel हो. So दानवों को बाइज्जत इन बिल्कुल इन्विटेशन के साथ बुलाया गया कि समुद्र का मंथन करना है वासुकी की मदद से. And one side was the demons and the other side was the devtas. So I asked upon my teachers in front कि जब जब अमृत की आवश्यकता पड़ेगी और मंथन जरूरत होगा तो हम जैसे दानवों को मत भूलिए क्योंकि देवता तो आप हो ही. You have to hear all this in your, what do you say, attitude, conceptions, perceptions. Let me conclude by saying that passion is to hunt for and gain knowledge more and more. That's a passion. Performance happens only after you develop an understanding of that. If I understand what is unity, then it is uniting for that. Professionalism is blending or giving a spiritual touch to the text. Whenever an IT expert develops a robot for the finest cosmetic surgery, he gives a home mark on that, prays before it, and then starts the job. So when you give a touch of your spiritualism to your text, I mean your professionalism, that speaks about how professional you are. And excellence is attributing self-professionalism to the supernatural resources in life, creating the fragments of spiritualism as human experience. My esteemed co-jury members, I was really privileged to share the stage or dais with you, Professor Subramanian, our mentor, supreme mentor, Bhagirathi sir, and none other than my most favorite fraternity of Asta, man, and all the way to the leader there. No words for your activities, your achievements, your accomplishments. That really makes a sense of holding our head high whenever we talk of being an Astian or being a part and parcel of the Asta family. I really cherish it from my inner heart. बस इसी प्रार्थना के साथ कि मेरे सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को ईश्वर आपकी मर्जी से, आपकी जो इच्छा, बस whatever you wish, let him bless you with all that. I reiterate, यहाँ कण कण में ईश्वर बसते हैं. यहाँ देवादिदेव महादेव की आराधना करने वाला का सब भी शिव बन जाता है. वंदे मातरम.
I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all the jury members for considering the session so cordially, and also to Sachidananda Mahanti sir for being the online presence over here, and also not forgetting the EDCOM secretary sir. Thank you so much. In closing of the day one, I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for being part of Yugma 2024 day one. A big round of applause. May the insights shared and the connection forged today guide you on the path, inspiring you to create a world where education and spiritualism walk hand in hand. While not taking much time, I would like to take forward the legacy of the national anthem. I would like to call my working term committee members, Professor Subhashmita, Professor Shubhamitra, and Professor Priyanka to join me on stage. On behalf of our principal ma'am, please, I request all of you for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाता जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
This is Professor Ragna signing off.
So we have come to the end of the day one. All the contestants were present here. Please be informed that the results of the group discussion round will be announced tomorrow. So tomorrow's reporting time is 8:30 a.m. So once your reporting gets same way, 9:30 a.m. onwards to start the phase 3, that is oral presentation round. Is that clear? So reporting time here at the campus is 8:30 tomorrow morning. Thank you.